Oh, really? Yeah. That's cool. What did he say?
What did he say exactly, John?
What? He said you remind him of a young Victor Ortiz, like
the
good one, though. Like
really?
The good version.
There's a picture I posted, and somebody wrote that.
Yeah, the good version of Victor Ortiz.
Was like, dang, he looks like Victor. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was a compliment.
That's what I took it as.
Yeah.
Victor's he's a great friend of mine. I've known him for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me and Victor and my older brother Diego. Diego actually met him back in the Silver Gloves, and nobody really talked to Victor back then. And Diego was like one of the dudes. They like talked to him. They were like guarding together and everything. And from there they became friends and they hung out. And then they got older. And when Victor had his first pro fight, it was in Vegas, and we brought him back to our place and we met our parents, and from there on we were good friends. I've probably known Victor for like about 10 years already.
Really?
Yeah. It's really cool. It's been a great experience with him, seeing his ups and downs. And, you know, him being at the highest, winning titles, getting all the knockouts he got, and he's always been a great friend. We still talk. We talk every day.
Well, he still has that skill set, man.
Yeah, and
he still has that talent.
We're waiting for him to come back. You know, waiting for him to get everything right and come back and make the move again, and see how far he could go back down.
I suggested a fight. We spoke to John Molina yesterday, and I suggested John Molina versus Victor Ortiz. What are your thoughts on that?
Pretty cool. It'd be a good comeback for both of them. You know, because I feel like they're both at that time where it's like who needs to step up.
Yeah.
And I feel like Victor will love that fight. It'll be a great jump start for him.
What do you think about Victor's acting?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. A lot of people don't like it. They think that he should just stick to one. But I mean, we're entertainers, you know. We're meant to be anywhere, and if he had the opportunity to become be in films and stuff, then go for it. You know, that's just more payday for him.
How does it feel that the fight is like less than 4 weeks away?
This is the part where I get anxious now. You know, it feels great, but I get anxious because I just every day is training hard, and I just want to get closer to the fight. And I get excited. And I get anxious, and it's just hard work every day.
Nonito Donaire is not an easy fight. He's considered one of the best fighters in the world. You know, he went back down to 122 pounds. You're not taking an easy fight for your first world title shot. I mean, this is the real deal.
It feels great, you know. I mean, I've always told everybody, you know, I'm not scared to fight anybody. I will fight the best, and that's what really makes you or breaks you, you know. On this fight, it's really gonna see like what am I really capable of and what I can do. And it's like you said, Donaire's not an easy fight. He really isn't, you know. He has tremendous punching power. He has speed, and he has the experience of being in the ring. And for my first title fight, you know, what better can I ask for to be on a Pacquiao card and somebody who has that kind of, who's at that caliber. And I'm grateful for it. But that night I will come out champion.
And are you doing anything different in preparation for a fight of this magnitude?
Yeah, everything's different, you know, from the footwork, from defense, from offense, you know. Manny has me doing a lot of different things that I normally don't do, and it's just helping me. Every day I feel strong. I get stronger by the end of the week, you know, when we're knocking out 10, 12 rounds in sparring. You know, I don't feel fatigued, I don't feel tired. You know, I'm already, you know, not that far from weight, and this is the best I felt throughout my whole career.
You just had your brother's fight, Diego's fight at Velasco Theater, LA Fight Club. Tell us what you thought of his performance.
I thought he did a tremendous job, you know, for being away for a year and, you know, not fighting. I thought he was gonna have like a little rust in him. He came out like a brand new man. You know, he fought with a lot of heart. He went in there with a lot of talent, and he showcased his talent that night, and he showed what he could do and how he could bounce back from the previous loss. And you know, he showed Golden Boy all all his skills, all his speed, his power, and he did great. I was really proud of him.
What do you think? What is like advice has he given you, kind of being in the seat that you're in now, like kind of training for a title fight, now going into a title fight? What kind of advice has he given you, kind of in preparation for that?
He tells me all the time to work hard, but mostly I've been around the game for a while. I've seen, like I said, I've seen Victor, capture all his titles. I've been there. I've seen when my brother fought for his titles. When he fought for the NABF title, I was on the same card, and I just watch all of that, and whatever happens, I take it as, I take it in, and I want to see what I can do with it, and take their wrongs and make them right for me, and just him talking to me every day, talking to Victor, and they tell me all the time, just keep working hard, stay on track, and don't lose the focus.
Let me ask you, and I don't want to take any credit away from Terry Flanagan, who beat your brother. You got to give him credit for getting the victory. But when I saw Diego in that fight, he didn't look like himself. He looked a little flat. I didn't see the Jessie Magdaleno that I'm used to seeing inside that ring. What happened in that fight?
I don't even know what happened in that fight. Him as my brother, I don't ask him those questions. But it wasn't him. We all seen it. He was his distance between his legs were very far apart. His whole mindset just wasn't there, and it seemed like he was a rookie that night. And Flanagan, he took advantage, and he knew where he had Diego, and who knows what went on out there and how he felt and what he was thinking at the time. But I would like to see that fight again. I would for sure like to see that fight again. The way Diego fought the night at the Velasco should have been the way he fought that night, and I'm pretty sure he would have got the victory.
Okay. What's the best weight for you? 122 or 126?
I'm in the middle. I feel very comfortable at both weights because as a small guy in height, I have a big body structure, and I could take 126 pounds, and I could take 122 pounds, and at 122 I feel like the bigger guy, and at 26 I feel like it's just a perfect match for me. And either of those two weights I'm very comfortable with.
And are you comfortable coming into this fight getting a decision against Nonito Donaire, or do we have to go for that knockout?
If I get the decision, it has to be a blowout decision, something that the judges are going to be like, hey, he won every round, and there's no way we can't curve him and, give it to Donaire. But whatever happens, I feel like the fight might end early, because he has tremendous power. I have a lot of power, and is going to see who has the bigger balls that night.
We've seen some of those highlight reel knockouts.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Jesse, want to get your take on Mayweather's recent comments. He was saying stuff about how these fighters nowadays need to not worry about making so much money, and that he was going to talk to Al Heyman about paying the fighters less. What are your comments on that? Just being that obviously his name is Manny Mayweather, and it's almost kind of the environment that almost he created. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he kind of branched that out for everybody, So it's kind of
contradictory.
Pretty much, he's turning himself into a hypocrite on that, because it's, in this sport, that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to make a lot of money. We're entertainers. We entertain people for the sport that we do. We bust our ass. Why should we take a pay cut? We don't need a pay cut. We should be getting paid more for sacrificing our lives in there.
Exactly.
And I think his question, his answer's pretty dumb on it, but he did make a crap load of money. The guy is a multimillionaire. He has everything he wants. Instead of saying that we need a pay cut, he should be trying to help us to get more money, and follow his footsteps instead of stopping us and not getting where he needs to be. I think he's just worried that somebody's gonna, pass him on that, and who knows?
Is that more the promoter in him talking now at this point that his career is more of a promoter now? Is that kind of the promoter in him talking about telling his fighters going to take less money?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's him just saying being a businessman and doesn't want to pay much now, but we're that's what we're here for. We're here to make money and not take pay cuts. We deserve every penny.
We just saw you a few weeks ago, and now you got the blonde hair. Tell us, did you lose a bet or something? What happened?
No, I guess that's the California life for you. You grow the hair out long, and Yeah, that's what happens when you hang out at Venice too much.
I got you with the long hair.
Right? But yeah, I just did it for fun, you know, try something new, and I'm planning on going a little lighter, so we'll see when I have time.
Now, you know, 122 and 126 are two very deep divisions. We have a lot of fighters in those divisions, and they're only separated by 4 pounds. Are you looking to invade 122 and 126 and just completely take over, the Magdaleno taking over?
Yeah, that's my plan, you know, that is exactly my plan. If I can end my career at 135, then I'll end my career at 135. It just depends how my body feels and how I feel. But I feel like 122 and 126, it's going to be a Magdaleno takeover.